Hello, welcome to Active Life with Tammy. Today's video is going to be a chair yoga sequence focused on twisting poses. Twisting is great for the body for digestion, for detoxing, and for just increasing overall energy. Just a word of caution before we start. If you're someone who has issues along the spine, think maybe herniated discs, spinal stenosis, osteoporosis, any of those things, just err on the side of caution as we go through today's video. Uh, Generally speaking, movement along the spine is a good thing, but if you come across any moves that are contraindicated for you, you can always just stop and sit or stand with your hands together and wait for the next move that you can follow along with. Other than that, just be cautious and work within your own capabilities and your own range of motion. So if you're ready to get started, go ahead and grab yourself a nice sturdy chair, grab a bottle of water, and you can do this video with bare feet or with shoes on. Just make sure your shoes are supportive if you choose to wear them. And if you have yoga blocks handy, you can grab them, but they are not at all necessary to do today's workout. So we're going to start off in a seated position. So go ahead and sit comfortably on your chair and make sure that whatever you're going to need is within a nice, easy reach. We're going to sit nice and tall in our chair, roll our shoulders out wide, and make sure our chin is parallel with the floor. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. And for a moment, you can just focus on your breathing. If you want to, you can even close your eyes here, or you can soften your gaze. And just start to take notice of your breath. Feel the air enter through your nose. Feel that air fill your lungs. Feel the space between the breaths. And then when you exhale, feel the belly soften as the air leaves. And maybe now that you've taken a little more awareness of your breath, maybe consciously breathe a little bit slower than you ordinarily do. And think about softening the chest, letting go of the tightness here, and try to let the breath come down into your belly. Lovely. We're going to add some very gentle movement to each breath, breathing in. And this time when you exhale, I want you to turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Nothing too dramatic. We're just letting everything warm up. So maybe you're just turning the head a little bit. That's okay. And then breathe in, look back ahead. And then again, when you exhale, this time we're going to turn the head, look over the other shoulder. And keep doing that with each breath. Breathing in as you look ahead, and then exhale, turn the head looking over the opposite shoulder each time. You might notice as you do this, it could be that it's a little easier to turn the head one way than it is to turn the head the other way. That's true for me as well. So when I turn to my left, I'm always a little bit tighter than when I turn to my right. So maybe we focus on that. Maybe when we turn the head one way and it feels a little bit tighter, maybe we just pause there a little bit longer, give it a little more stretch. Just listening to the body. And then as we come back to face straight ahead, I'm going to have you bring the palms of your hands together, right around chest height. Take that breath in again here. And exhale. We're again going to turn our head, look to the right. But as we do that, we're going to take our hands and we're going to push them the opposite direction. So head's going to look to the right, but hands are going to push over to your left side. And then inhale back. And do the same thing on the other side. Head's going to look one way, hands are going to push the other way. And again, this is going to be what's comfortable for you. Okay, so maybe when your hands push over just a few inches, you feel a nice stretch there. So you're going to stop wherever that's comfortable for you. Breathe in, head and hands come back, and then exhale. Head and hands push away in opposite directions. Breathe in, breathe out. This stretch right here is one of my personal favorites. Most of us tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders. And this is a wonderful stretch to help let go of some of that tension. And that's all about what this whole practice is today, is all these twisting moves. We create compression, squeezing in little areas of the body. And then as we release that compression, we allow fresh oxygen and blood to move into those areas, which promotes healing, detoxifying, moving things in the right direction. Okay, let's do that one more time. Push the hands away. And then breathe in. Everything comes back right to the center, and we're going to relax our hands down. And now we're going to move down the spine a little bit farther, a little more rotation. So we're going to take one hand, cross it over to the opposite knee, and then use that leverage there to just do a little spinal rotation. And again, keep it gentle. So we're going to do this a few times in each direction. So the first time we do it, we're just kind of testing it out, seeing where the body is comfortable today, seeing where the body might need a little more stretch. With each movement, we let a little more blood flow into that spinal area, releasing places that are tight. You're moving with the breath, inhaling through the center, and then exhale, making room for that little stretch. Inhale, exhale, and how about one more time each direction? We're going to come back to this spinal rotation at the very end of our practice. So don't worry about doing a long hold here. We're going to let the body get warmed up before we do that. Nice and easy. Feels so good to move the spine. Perfect. All right, coming back to the center. Let's walk out a little bit farther forward in our chair. And we're going to toe, heel, walk our feet out. And then heel, toe, walk our feet in. And we're going to do that a couple of times just to get a little blood flowing into the hips as well. Just coming out as far as you comfortably can. And back, warming up the ankles. And maybe one more time. Toe, heel, walking the feet out. Okay, we're going to take the feet a comfortable wide distance apart. We want the feet at least wider than the chair legs of the chair you're sitting on. Anything wider than that is just purely your own comfort level. And then we're going to rest our hands on our thighs for a little bit of support. Take a breath in. And then with our exhale, you're going to take your right shoulder and you're going to dip it over toward the opposite knee. Okay, again, using the exhale to make space for your stretch. Breathe in, come back to the center, and exhale. Twist the opposite direction, taking the shoulder over toward that opposite knee. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And maybe your move isn't matching mine. Okay, maybe you're not bending quite as much. Maybe you're bending even farther. You're just listening to your own body. So wherever you feel the stretch is exactly the position that you should be in. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Breathe in and exhale. Little twist move over to the opposite side. Breathe in, come up nice and tall, and this time just the arms are going to reach across. Let's start with the right side and little turn, reach across the body. Feel that little tug in the back of the shoulder over here, and then come back to the center. Same thing on the other side. Twist and reach across. Moving with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make room for the stretch. And just a note about the breathing. I try to coach it so that you're breathing in quote unquote the right spot. But if you're getting frustrated and you're saying, oh, I'm breathing at exactly the opposite spot that you are, it's okay. As long as you're breathing at all, that's fine. The only thing we don't want you to do is be holding your breath while you're working out, which people do more often than you would think that they do, believe it or not. So just breathe. Okay, making room in the body, reaching across. Maybe the moves are getting a little bigger. Maybe not. It's all good. And back to the center. Nice work. All right, we are going to take the toes, walk them back together. All right, take a nice big stretch up. And we're going to exhale. Okay, we want you to take your left arm down, sweep it across your lap, and little twist over to the right side. With twisting moves for digestion, we're always trying to twist to the right side first. Breathe in. And then exhale with both hands together, a little twist over to this side. And this is going to look different for everyone. So for some of us, we might just be twisting a little tiny bit. For some of us, we could do a full twist over onto your lap. Just do whatever's comfortable. And back to the center. All right, other side. Breathe in. And exhale. Right arm down. Touch your forearm across your lap. And twist to your left. Nice big reach up with that left arm. And then breathe in. Palms together and exhale. Again, could just be a little twist. Could be a big twist. Could be somewhere in between. No worries. All good. And back to the center. Okay, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, extending that right arm up a little bit more. Opening the shoulder, opening the chest. Inhaling back. And And exhale, another little twist to the right. Inhale back to the center. And big stretch up. Right arm comes down, twist to the left. Nice big stretch with that left arm. Open the shoulder, open the chest. Arm comes down and twist to the left side. And back. About one more time each way. Big stretch up. Exhale, left arm down. Use your left arm for support. Opening that right arm. Hands together. And little twist over to the right. And one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Perfect. We are all warmed up. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you have your water bottle. And if you're able to, I'm going to invite you to stand up here. And we are going to come behind our chair and use our chair to support us for a little bit of standing work. I'm just going to turn my chair so you can see me a little better from the side. Okay, so standing behind your chair, make sure it's within a comfortable reach and that you can grab onto it anytime you need to. And we're going to take a breath in, standing nice and tall. And if you're a little unsteady on your feet and you want to do just a one arm reach and use the other arm to hang onto the chair, you are welcome to do that. And exhale down. If you're just using one arm, I would encourage you to switch with each breath, raising the other arm. Although, of course, it's perfectly okay to just use the same arm if we've got an issue on one side. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And if we don't need the chair, we can use both arms. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. And this time, when we exhale, we're going to fold from our hip. And you can bring your hands down to your chair, or you can bring your hands down to your thighs, whatever you're more comfortable with. Okay, either way, we're going to push in with our hands and lift our upper body just a little bit. Okay, feel a nice length come through the spine here. And then exhale, fold back down. Head should be above the heart. And then we lift up nice and tall back to our standing position. Okay, again, breathe in, breathe out. Hands to the chair or the thighs. I'm going to bring my hands down to the thighs this time so you can see what that looks like. Folding down, head above the heart. And then when you breathe in, push into the legs. Okay, and use that leverage to lengthen your spine. Look ahead. And then exhale. Release that pressure. Fold back down. Feel good through the legs and the hips. And then breathe in and come back to standing. Again, inhale. Exhale. Lift halfway and lower. And then breathe in, back to our standing position. All right, we're going to start to add on this time. Breathe in, nice big reach. Exhale, Fold forward, breathe in and lift. Exhale and lower. Okay, and from here we're going to grab onto our chair and we're going to step one foot back, step the other foot back, and then push the hips back and reach through the arms. So you should feel a nice lengthening stretch through your shoulders. You can bend the knees here if you need to. And then we can try to lengthen out the legs as much as possible as we hold here to stretch the back of the legs as well. And then we're going to step back in, one foot, other foot, back to our standing position. Let's do that again. Breathe in and exhale. Hold, lift, fold back down, grab the chair, step one foot back. Maybe you can step the opposite foot back first this time. Step the other foot back, and then sink back into those hips and reach through your shoulders. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Okay to bend the knees here as generously as you need to. And then lift the head. And we're going to step one foot back, step the other foot back. All right, let's add on again. Breathe in and exhale, fold. Lift up, exhale, fold again. Grab onto your chair. Step one foot back, step the other foot back. Sink the hips back. And then we're going to take our right foot, tap it back behind us, or extend it back behind us, and then swing it through. So that right foot's going to step right behind your chair. And we're going to breathe and extend up with one or both hands. And then step the feet back together. Okay, let's do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Grab your chair. Step left foot back. Right foot back. Sink back into your hips. Touch your toes back or extend your leg back. And then swing that leg through. Step behind your chair. Knee over ankle. Lift shoulders over hips. And you can hang onto the chair with both hands. You can lift one arm. Or you can lift both arms. And then step the feet together. All right, now that we've got that full routine, we're going to add on our little twist at the end. Breathe in, breathe out. Halfway lift and lower. Grab your chair, step left foot back, right foot back, and sink back into the hips, knees bent. Touch your right toes back or extend the whole leg back. Swing your leg through. Step behind the chair. We're going to reach up, one or both hands, and then we're going to do an extension along the side. And you can do this with both hands as well, reaching over and then lifting up, step the feet together. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And lower. Grab your chair. Step one foot back. Other foot back. Bend the knees and sink back into the hips. Reach through the shoulders. Tap or reach the right foot back. Swing the leg through. Bring your knee over your ankle. And we're going to extend right arm up. And little extension over, side bend. And then lifting back up. Step the feet together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift halfway and lower. Step one foot back. Step the other foot back. Bending the knees. Sink back into the hips. Touch the right toes back or extend your leg back. Swing that leg through. And now we're going to do a little cartwheel with the arm. Okay, so we're going to lift the right arm up. And we're going to swing it back one way and back. Other side. Lift up. Cartwheel that arm back. Reach behind. And back where we started. Step the feet together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift halfway and lower. Step one foot back. Step the other foot back. Bending the knees. Sink the hips back. Bring the head in line with the biceps. And then left side. Touch the toes or extend the leg back. Swing that leg through. Step behind your chair. And we do that little cartwheel with the arms, starting with the right arm. Open it up to the side. And back. Other side. Breathe in. And breathe out. And step the feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Lift halfway and lower. Step one foot back. Step the other foot back. Sink back into the hips. Lengthen through the shoulders. And then touch the right toes back. Extend the leg back. Swing that leg through. Step behind your chair. Knee over ankle. And this time, we're going to take the right arm. Extend it right out in front of us. And open out wide to one side. And back. Open out wide to the other side. And back. And then step the feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Lift halfway and lower. Step one foot back. Other foot back. Lengthen out through the shoulders. And then extend the left leg back or touch the toes back. Swing your leg through. Step behind your chair, knee over ankle. And we're going to open opposite side first this time. And then other side. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then step the feet together. Nice work. Okay, take a breath in. And exhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to the chair. We're going to pull our weight back into the heels of both feet. Push the hips back. Keep the length through the spine. Coming into a little chair pose. Make sure we're pushing back with the hips. And then a little twist pose here. Okay, hands together if you can bring them together. If you need to hang on to the chair, and with just one hand, twist with the opposite hand. Twisting one way, twisting the other way. Breathe back to center, and then lift back up where we started. Okay, let's do that one more time. Using the chair for support, push your weight back into your heels. And then seeing if we can do both hands. If we can't, one hand on the chair, and we twist to one side. Twist to the other side. Back to the center. Use the chair to help you back up. And then we're going to step our feet out a little bit wider. So we want our feet a little bit wider than chair width apart. I would say as wide as you're comfortable bringing your feet here. Okay, you're going to give yourself a little space here between you and your chair, but you still want your chair within comfortable reach. We're going to take a breath in. And with our exhale, we're going to fold forward. So we want to be far enough away from our chair that when we come into that forward fold, we're not going to hit our head on the back of the chair. Folding down, using the chair for support and pushing back into the hips. Nothing too dramatic in the back here. We want length through the spine. And then we're going to take our left hand and bring it to the center of your chair. And we're going to take our right hand and we're going to sweep it around and let your right hand rest at your lower back. Take a breath in. And with our exhale, we're going to lift our right shoulder. And you can keep your hand resting at the back, or if you're comfortable, coming into a little reach here, you can reach with that arm, opening the chest a little bit more, feeling the openness in the shoulder. And just note, there's not too terribly much that you can do wrong here. So you're just kind of feeling around, finding that space, maybe where your shoulder's tight, or maybe a little area where your hip is tight, and just explore this right here and find what feels good and where you need to stretch. And then releasing the arm down. If we chose to raise it, we're going to lower that right shoulder back down to neutral. Bring both hands back to the chair. And before we do the other side, we're going to sink back into the hips and just kind of stretch that out. Maybe we wiggle it out a little bit in the hips, whatever feels right. And then whenever you're ready, let's focus on the other side. So right hand comes to the center of our chair. We're going to take that left hand, sweep it around to the lower back, let it rest there. Take a breath in to let the body prepare for the stretch. And then with your exhale, you're going to lift with that left shoulder, bringing the body into a little twist here, opening the chest. Hand can stay there, or you can do a little extension here, reaching through the fingertips. And again, maybe just kind of exploring around. feeling for that spot that feels right for you today. And also note, knees can be bent a little bit here. That's perfectly okay. And then we're going to let that shoulder drop back to neutral. Bring that hand around. And once again, push right back into neutral position, stretching that out. Maybe wiggling it out in the hips a little bit. And then we are going to thread the needle. So try to bring your spine to a neutral position. We're going to bring the right hand back to the center of the chair. We're going to let our left hand drop off. And we're going to breathe in, just like we were doing that last movement. But then we're going to let that arm sweep back down and reach and extend underneath your other arm. Okay, let's do that a few times. We breathe in, open, palm facing out, and exhale, sweep around and under. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And bring that arm around. Place it on the back of your chair, and the hands are going to switch places. Right arm falls down, and we breathe in, extension up, and exhale, sweep all the way down, reach underneath your other arm. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. And then we sweep that arm down and around, back to the back of your chair, and toe heel. We're going to walk the feet back in, or you can just step them back in if that's more comfortable for you. And we are going to finish up sitting back down in our chair. So come back around, have a seat. And again, go ahead, grab a little water if you need it here. Okay, so I told you at the very beginning that we were going to do a little bit more of a hold in our seated spinal stretch. So this is where we're going to see it. So what I want you to do is turn to the side of your chair. And from that position, you're going to turn and face the back of your chair. So legs are facing one way. We do a spinal twist. Remember, before you turn, lengthen up through the crown of your head. You want a nice, tall spine. You don't want to be scrunched over turning from this position. So make sure you're nice and tall and lifted. Then turn. Grab the back of the chair, one hand on one side, one hand on the other side. And if it's okay with your back, use that leverage that you have with your chair to help twist the spine a little bit more. Looking back over the shoulder, nice deep spinal stretch. Hold it here. Breathe in and out. So when we talked at the beginning of the video about showing kindness to your body, about erring on the side of caution, this especially is a pose where we're going to be very, very careful, gentle with the body. For many of us, this is going to be a great space to do this because we did a lot of spinal movement and the spine is nice and warm right now. But of course, if we have any issues with the back, just be super gentle here. Maybe we're not really pushing anymore, but for those that this is okay with, this is a great spinal twist. Okay, and for such a deep stretch, we want to come out of it very, very carefully. So just let go of it a little bit and then let go of the chair and then take your time rotating back, coming back in alignment with the legs. Maybe roll the shoulders out a little bit here, shake up the neck a little bit. And then we're going to do that same stretch on the other side. So we want to walk our feet over to the other side of the chair. Okay, setting this up the same way. Starting off by checking our alignment. So make sure you're nice and tall and lifted through your spine before you turn. Take a breath in. And then with your exhale, now we turn to face the back of our chair. Grab on with one hand on each side. Maybe give it a breath or two here. And when you're ready, if you want to do that additional stretch, you can use that leverage you have with your chair to rotate a little bit more. Only if it's okay for your body. Keep breathing. So this is one of those times when we're holding a static pose where you might find yourself holding your breath and you didn't realize it. So just consciously release the breath, calm it down, keep breathing. And then again, be careful releasing the stretch. Start off just easing up on it a little bit, letting go of the back of the chair, slowly turning back toward your legs. Roll out the shoulders, shake out the head a little bit, and then walk your feet back, facing the front of your chair. Perfect. And we're going to roll back, relax back into your chair. Here's a place you might want to slide a yoga block under your feet if you're going to find that might be more comfortable. You can elevate the feet a little bit, nice and soft and comfy. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Feel your feet sink down into the floor, down into your carpet, into your yoga blocks, wherever the feet are resting. Wiggle the toes and let them relax. And relax your legs. Feel them well supported. Same thing with your back. Just let your back sink into the chair. And take a moment to just be grateful. Be grateful for the day being alive. Being grateful to your body for carrying you through the practice today. Everything it allows you to do in your life. Feel the energy sweeping through the body. feeling sensations in little areas of your body that maybe felt that compression and release and are getting that fresh supply of oxygen and blood and thriving in the midst of it. And you can pause the video here if you just want to take a few extra minutes here to relax and feel that little euphoria that you get from your practice. And then whoever is ready, you can give the toes a little wiggle, give the fingers a little wiggle, blink your eyes open, and then take a nice energizing stretch up. Maybe come away from the back of the chair as we do that. Exhale down to your heart. I thank you so much for everyone who joined me for today's practice. I hope I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.